Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit, where we delve into the heart of the automotive world. Today, we're tackling a contentious issue. Is now the worst time to buy an electric vehicle, EV? Let's explore 6 compelling reasons that might make you think twice. Reason number 6, the high cost of EVs. New technology often comes with a hefty price tag, and EVs are no exception. Despite expectations that EVs would be more affordable by now, they remain significantly pricier than their gas-guzzling counterparts. This is true even though battery costs, the most expensive component of EVs, have plummeted by 80% over the past decade. Take the Chevy Blazer, for instance. This mid-size crossover starts at around $35,000 for the internal combustion engine model. But if you opt for the all-electric version that debuted a few months ago, you're looking at a starting price of nearly $57,000. Even with substantial incentives like a $7,500 federal tax credit, EVs may not be a viable alternative for lower-income households. The issue lies in the fact that automakers initially targeted early adopters, who typically hail from wealthier households. As a result, the first wave of EVs were designed to be luxurious, boasting impressive acceleration and performance, but also a hefty price tag. In 2023, the average price paid for an EV was around $53,000, which is 10% higher than the average purchase price for all cars, regardless of the powertrain, and nearly $12,000 more than the average price paid for a new gas-powered car. Reason number 5, rapid depreciation. For many of us, buying a new car is the second largest investment we make in our lives, right after purchasing a home. Naturally, we want that investment to hold its value, which is where depreciation comes into play. Unfortunately, EVs depreciate much faster than any other type of car, according to recent studies. In fact, EVs lose an average of 50% of their original value in just 5 years. The Tesla Model S leads the pack, depreciating by a whopping 55.5% over 5 years. Other models with high depreciation rates include the Chevrolet Bolt, 51.1% depreciation, and the Nissan Leaf, nearly 51% depreciation. The Tesla Model X and Model 3 round out the top 5 list of the fastest depreciating EVs on the market. In contrast, the average new car loses around 38% of its value over 5 years. Pickups fare slightly better with an average depreciation rate of 34%, while hybrids lose 37% of their value over the same period. For reference, the gas-powered vehicles with the lowest depreciation rates include the Porsche 911, Porsche 718 Cayman, Toyota Tacoma, Jeep Wrangler, and Honda Civic, with the former losing just 9.3% of its original value over 5 years. Reason number 4, sky-high interest rates and insurance costs. Owning an EV comes with a hefty price tag. Not only are the manufacturer's suggested retail prices, MSRPs, significantly higher, but the car loans offered by banks also come with steep interest rates. With ongoing inflation, these rates have soared to over 6%, a substantial increase from a few years ago when the average was around 4%. Consequently, the financial commitment of purchasing an EV is much greater than anticipated, with monthly installments averaging $277 more than those for gas-powered cars. Another factor that makes this a less than ideal time to buy an EV is the cost of insurance. Premiums for EVs are considerably higher, sometimes running into the thousands of dollars. This is largely because electric cars, despite having fewer parts, are more expensive to repair than their internal combustion engine (ICE) counterparts. Components like batteries can be incredibly costly to replace, sometimes exceeding $10,000. Stricter safety protocols further inflate repair bills. Additionally, the scarcity of repair shops with technicians trained to fix electric vehicles also contributes to higher repair costs. So, the elevated insurance costs for EVs are not without reason. Reason number 3, questionable reliability and high repair costs. In theory, electric vehicles, with their simpler drivetrains, should outperform their gas-powered counterparts in reliability. However, the reality is starkly different. Despite having fewer components, EVs are 80% less reliable than traditional cars. The technology is still maturing, and until it reaches a point of reliable functionality, investing in an EV might be premature. The crux of the reliability issues lies in the software. Most EVs grapple with battery and charging problems, and the reliance on touch-sensitive controls exacerbates these issues. Common problems include glitches in the infotainment system and malfunctioning drive assist and safety systems, coupled with higher repair costs and a scarcity of trained professionals to resolve these issues. Owning an EV can be a challenging experience. Stories abound of EVs languishing in dealerships for weeks due to unresolved issues. This is precisely the situation at many GM dealerships, where technicians are struggling to fix software problems in new EVs, like the Cadillac Lyriq and Chevy Blazer EV. The latter has even halted production due to numerous complaints and Chevy's inability to address these issues. Reason number 2, the dread of battery replacement costs. Electric cars can induce a variety of anxieties, from concerns about range and recharging to the looming specter of battery replacement. Like any other car part, batteries have a finite lifespan, typically lasting between 10 and 15 years. Once the capacity dips below 70% of the original, it's time for a replacement. While this can sometimes be covered by warranty, most manufacturers offer warranties of between 8 and 10 years or 100,000 miles. This means that eventually, the owner will have to shoulder the cost of replacement. The issue is that the battery, the most expensive part of an EV, can cost anywhere between $4,000 and $20,000 to replace. This potential repair cost is likely a key factor in the high depreciation rate of electric cars. The used EV market is virtually non-existent, as few people are willing to buy a 7 or 10-year-old car with such costly potential repairs looming. Reason number 1, the struggle with range and charging. Despite a decade of remarkable advancements, electric vehicles, EVs, still grapple with challenges that prevent them from outpacing their gas-powered counterparts. The most significant of these is range anxiety. While luxury EVs like the Lucid Air or Tesla Model S boast impressive ranges, most mainstream EVs can barely cover 300 miles on a single charge, falling short of the average range of a gas-powered or hybrid car. Recharging infrastructure is another hurdle. While cities may have ample charging stations, rural areas lag behind, forcing owners to meticulously plan their recharging sessions. Despite the impressive charging rates of modern EVs, recharging is still more time-consuming than refueling a gas tank. Charging at public stations can sometimes cost as much as gasoline, making EVs far from convenient. It's clear that for the average driver, the transition to EVs may still be premature. Home charging is an alternative, but it requires additional equipment and is only feasible if you live in a house with a garage, a luxury not afforded to millions of Americans. Thus, the road to electrification, while promising, is still fraught with challenges. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of EVs. Don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit, your ultimate pit stop for vehicle updates, to get notified about our upcoming videos. See you next time.